Hi everyone. So everyone's been asking, like, Ellen, how do you beat this inflation thing? Every day it seems like new numbers are showing that the cost of food in particular is going up. There are food scarcities, so it's this whole supply and demand thing. When there's less of a supply and a huge demand, as there always is with a growing world population on our way to 9 billion, so the prices are going to go up as well. So we have the simple answer: beans and rice. Just beans and rice. That's all you need to know. I've been checking the prices compulsively at Walmart, and the cheapest kind of beans, for some reason, the pinto beans are just really, really cheap, even more so than the other beans, but we're talking fractions of a penny. So as you can see here, $1.84 for this ginormous bag, 32 ounces. So divide $1.84 by 32 ounces and you get 0.057 per ounce. That is 6 cents an ounce, everyone. That is 12 cents a serving, because a serving is 2 ounces dry, cooks up into 4 ounces, and that's your 4-ounce half cup serving of beans. High quality protein. And even if you experiment and go multicolored into a soup blend of 15 kinds of different beans, it still isn't going to be, again, fractions of a penny more. Rice, same story. Now, you might be paying just a fraction of a penny more for different qualities of rice, like organic, basmati, but the cheapest form of rice at Walmart is 3 cents an ounce, and that's in the unit price. That's that little square red thing that you see below the bags as they're sitting on the shelves. Now, Walmart, which is where, of course, I've often shared that I do my shopping, because I don't want anybody to say, oh, we can't find a place where we live. Yes, you can. Most places have a Walmart nearby. Now, I know there are some food deserts where there isn't. But generally speaking, and we just have to work on this and keep screaming that we need to have access to this food closer to where people live. But generally speaking, you can find a Walmart nearby. So therefore, the prices in my book, Eat Vegan on $4 a day, they just haven't changed that much, because the price of beans hasn't gone up in 10. And as one monk who stood up at one of my talks said, they haven't gone up in 30 years. So certain kinds of beans, certain kinds of vegetables have gone higher, but the core of what we're using for protein and being satisfied, beans and rice, beans and whole grains, are not that off the charts in terms of prices. And beans in particular, some people will say, oh, I don't want to take the time to cook from scratch. And I'll say, oh, you don't want to take the time for diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Those are real time wasters. I've lived through each one of them in multiple generations, as a child growing up, witnessing my grandparents and my parents suffer from all these diseases of affluence, just excruciatingly so, taking decades to die from diabetes and heart disease, so preventable. And then just other friends and relatives who have experienced this suffering as well. So, why would you not go this route? And the recipes, when you learn how to flavor them, they're so delicious, and there's just a lot of variety. In the animal kingdom, things are pretty much brown, brown, and brown, unless you barbecue them and burn them, and then they become black, and then they have heterocyclic amines, which research shows has been linked to cancer. So high fiber foods keep your system flush, especially when you're drinking enough fluids, and it's fiber that we need to really be focused on and eat more of, and not worry about the protein, because the protein will definitely come. And why am I all dressed up like this? Because today I auditioned for a cycling job at a local gym, a very large franchised local gym. So we'll see what happens. It's always a process, but the idea that at the age of almost 70 that they would even consider me, and that I passed the first interview, is kind of interesting. I know times are tough and it's hard to find people to work, but when you're fueled with this energy and life-producing food, how can you not want to give back and help others find the same joy and energy that you have? So, and then you have all the money you save by avoiding doctors and disease and buying these low-cost foods. You can afford a $200 a year gym membership, or maybe less, depending where you are. So plenty of fiber, plenty of protein in beans, and plenty of cheap. The cheapest vegetables are generally the root vegetables like carrots, turnips, the kinds of things that you might expect if you belong to a CSA, a community-supported agriculture farm. Cabbage also is very cheap still compared to other vegetables. So they can be found out there. Don't be afraid to experiment and enjoy what living on a budget can bring you, because that's kind of what we're all going to have to do if we're going to survive these times. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe below. Gotta run.